Hello again in another episode of Gunfire TV. A large quantity of APS replicas just hit our warehouse. There's a lot of stuff, so make yourself a hot cocoa or cold beverage and let's start with new products by APS. Let's start with AR-15s, but if you're AK fanboy or like shotguns or pistols, wait, there's a lot in today's episode. Now, this is made in cooperation with EMG and licensed by Noveske. We've got ambidextrous fire selector and beautiful handguard with M-lock slots all the way and ambidextrous charging handle. Now, it's 5.56. I mean, it's 6, but imitates 5.56, but for some of you it may be boring. So we can go 9mm. Yes, as you can see, this is shorter. We've got magwell that accommodates 9mm magazine. That is, of course, high cap made of metal. You can release it like in AK or like in standard AR-15, and of course the fire selector is ambidextrous, as is the charging handle. The battery comes here in this folding stock tube. Now, they both have very interesting gearbox inside. New gearbox is called Silver Edge. Inside it has not only very strong parts and very high quality pneumatics, but also SDU 2.0 electronic system. Now, this device allows you to program your trigger so it will have 3-round, 5-round or different kind of bursts. All you need to do is to reach inside the magwell and push small button inside. We're gonna show you this on a different video, how to program this awesome unit. Now, it does not only stay inside these replicas, but also other AR-15s by APS. Same gearbox, for example, sits inside of this Phantom Extremis Mark III. Now, handguard with key mode. I know now M-lock is a bit more fashionable, but we'll get back on it in a second. Of course, all those replicas are made of metal. Everything here except the bolt release is ambidextrous, so fire control, magazine release that is also very large, and that's very important if you want to change magazines in some dynamic shooting situations. That's why also we've got here lightning cuts on our magwell. Also, charging handle is ambidextrous. Now, if you don't like key mode, you can buy the same one with M-lock, but without Silver Edge gearbox. This has another older type without this SDU unit, but still very reliable gearbox inside. Okay, that's all as for the AR-15s for a second, because we're gonna get back to those bad boys. Now, it's time for something I adore. Yep, shotguns. As for these, APS has something that is, I think, one of the most realistic replicas of firearms that I have ever seen. It works just like a real one, except it uses airsoft BBs and airsoft shells. Of course, it's impossible to put a real one inside and use it. It would explode probably. But as it looks perfectly. There's a lot of aluminum, some steel, wood. This is plywood. As for the forends, and beautiful stock. And how it works, all you need to do is to load it with such a slugs. And you put BBs inside, special cap, you load them with CO2, and this is the sad part of the story. These are not in the box, you need to buy those separately. Also, the charging device for CO2. Now, it has a stock, and if I had a real shotgun, I would for sure prefer one that has the stock, because they have a quite of a recoil. But it's airsoft, so I could totally fall in love with this. It's called Douchebag. Douchebag. How it works, you need to load it after it's empty. Load it with shells, one in the chamber, and the rest goes into the magazine, the tubular magazine, so you load it just like a real shotgun. And now you're ready to go. Of course, all those shells are empty, so we are totally safe. It gives you a bit of a noise. Now 10 BBs would leave the barrel, and the empty shell also leaves the barrel. So now this is the time for you to give a like, subscribe, or at least hit the bell. I was supposed to catch that one. Maybe next time. We had AR-15s, we had shotguns, now it's time for pistols. XTP. As you can see, they come in different colors. They use CO2 magazines, the frame is made of polymer, the slide and barrel is made of aluminum, and internal barrel is of course precision barrel, as almost all, if not all, APS pistols. We've got safety here that is ambidextrous, so you can use your finger that is also using the trigger, or if you're holding the gun like this, you can use the safety like so. But maybe you're a guy or a girl who would like to shine. So for you, I've got Dragonfly. Now, it's silver and black. There is stippling all over the frame, so you can hold it even with greasy hands and it will not slip. Of course, CO2 magazines, of course, precision barrel, sights with fiber optics, and safety, which is located inside the trigger. If you push it in, it mechanically blocks the trigger. If it's on the other side, you can totally shoot. And now back to AR-15s with Ghost Patrol. It of course accommodates the Silver Edge gearbox, in which you can program fire modes and change the spring very fast. Of course, what is very neat about this model, it's not only the front grip with M-lock slots all around, and the wrist rails are also in the box, but what's very awesome is this stock. You can adjust the length, it works on a spring, and inside there is space, not a lot of it, but still, for small LiPo battery. Now, if this design of a stock is not enough for you because, to be honest, it's very small, there is a part which you can mount on it just using the screw, and now it would be a bit larger. But I still dig this one. Now, if you cherish licensed replicas, this one that was made in cooperation with EMG is licensed by Falcor. Lock all around the front grip, a large magazine release on the right side and a small magazine on the left side. Fire selector is also ambidextrous, as is the charging handle. Inside, of course, Silver Edge gearbox. And if you're looking for something more simple, ASR105 EBB. We've got polymer front grip and battery, it's under the front grip here. Polymer folding stock. The gearbox is called silver, so it's more standard. There is no way to program it, but still it's very, very effective. And it's EBB, so after every shot, the mock-up of the carrier moves and gives you a bit of more realism. Sometimes guns have very scary names, like Urban Assault Rifle. And here it is. It's not really a replica because none such a firearm exists, but let's call it airsoft gun. Now, it's made of polymer. The barrel is very long because it's a bullpup gearbox. It's in here. It comes with 2 magazines. Mag release is ambidextrous. All you need to do is to push it and the magazine gets out. This comes with 2 high-cap magazines, but other AR-15 mags work with it just fine. Fire selector is on this side and on the other one. We've got wrist rails on the front, on both sides, and on the bottom, and of course on the top. Now the slide stays in backwards position. All you need to do to push it back is to press this small button, and if you take out this pin, you can get rid of this part. Inside you can fit any kind of small LiPo battery, and you get access to the gearbox. It's called hybrid. You can get out the spring guide very fast and use one of 3 springs that are in the box. So whenever you want to go outside or inside, play some CQB or in wooden terrain, it's ready for you. Have you ever had this problem during the skirmish that you were not sure if to reach for your pistol or use your rifle, or this moment of action? Now I've got solution for you. A conversion kit with ACP pistol. Yeah, it comes with irons. I just wanted to mount the scope to make you do some comments about how cool it looks or not. Let me take it off. Now, the conversion kit is made of polymer and some metal elements. It's got folding stack that works just like so. And we've got here sling attachment point, which we can put on both of the sides. Charging handle is ambidextrous and it moves during the shooting, so remember about that. The magazine, of course, works with CO2. It comes with this front grip and wrist rails on both sides and on the bottom, of course, but now we've got front grip mounted on it and wrist rail on the top. How to open it up? We just need to take 2 pins. I'm doing this for the second time, so just left very quietly. Now, this part moves out, this collar moves out, and now it opens as if it was on a hinge, because it totally is. So, that's the conversion. Hinge here, that works like so, and there's a pistol. As you can see, there is this charging handle which works with a slide, and there's a CP pistol with very long barrel. Now, you can use it as a standalone, of course, but I would protect this barrel with silencer, for example, and it's very easy because the external barrel has a thread for adapters. Or what you could do is to buy yourself shorter barrel and hop-up chamber and swap them if you need. Safety here, just like in Dragonfly. So if you don't know if to use rifle or pistol, such a kit may be a solution for you. Maybe with red dot sight and not a scope. Sometimes I get quite tired or bored with all those replicas of Western world rifles, and then I like to play with something like this. Now, a lot of steel is inside this replica, a lot of aluminum, like this front grip with M-lock slots and short wrist rail. Also, the muzzle device is made of aluminum. The magazine is made of steel. Now, the mag release is very interesting. You can work with this finger or just traditionally like so. And as you can see, it's got large magwell and it's really easy to put the magazine in. What I like in this magwell is that it's on both sides. Usually it's only on the right for the right-handers. Now if you're left-handed, it is perfectly designed for you. Fire selector can be also operated with the finger that operates the trigger. The stock, of course, folds on the side. Now, under the top cover is a place for your battery, and if you see this small part, well, it works with the piston and simulates the recoil. Yes, this replica has EBB for a bit more of realism. If you're more into classical design, maybe this is something that will be interesting for you. Also, a lot of steel in this replica. Also, EBB, the gearbox has a quick spring change ability as the previous model, the wood on the front grip. But many of users don't like when they're like such new. They like some scratches. They like if the replicas look as if they were used heavily. So let me take this one into the future. After years of heavy duty fighting zombies and no oiling at all, there's this battle-worn version. It really looks as from some kind of apocalyptic zombie dystopian movie. This is not rust, it's kind of a paint job, and if you're lazy and don't want to spend time and money to do something like this with your replica, well, APS has solution for you. Of course, EBB, of course, the same gearbox, a lot of steel, and again, this is not rusted, it's just paint. So if you buy it, don't send it back. So we had electric replicas, we had gas-operated replicas, now it's time for spring-operated, licensed by Barrett and made in cooperation with EMG, and this one in multi-cam camouflage. If you are looking for some kind of super sniper platform, this may be in your interest, because not only it's licensed by Barrett and you can totally see the markings on this replica, but also this is in VSR type, so there is a bunch of parts that would fit it, so you can knock yourself out and make some kind of a laser gun out of it. What I like is this fluted replica of a bolt. Yeah, spring sniper rifles. I'm not into those. I would rather have something electric or gas operated. The most important question now is, what would you prefer out of those bad boys that I presented to you? Weapon of choice for me would be totally this badass shotgun. But if you've got other ideas, knock yourself out in the comment section below. Now, I couldn't spend a lot of time for every single one of those replicas, so if you would like to see something more detailed, of course, write down in the comment section, and we will do everything that we can to think about doing this video. So, see you again in another episode of Gunfire TV. Yeah! First time!